I love the one part where they discover the body in the locker room,
Mm-hmm. Oh
the
my God,
girls,
yes!
and she's like, "Have you heard about the new girl? Yeah, Buffy. Ooh, what kind of name is that?" And then another girl walks by and says,
Bye, Aphrodisia.
"Bye, Aphrodisia."
Yes!
Oh, what kind of
That's
name
so
is
good.
Aphrodisia? And then I think the other girl's name is like Aura or something.
Aura. And Aura's telling her about all the stuff she heard about Buffy from her friend Blue. So it's
Blue.
like Aphrodisia, Aura, Blue. I love all these crazy names. Buffy,
Willow.
Xander's cute with just Xander. Giles,
For sure.
Delia. And then you get other characters like Amy.
Must be Tuesday, yeah. Must be Tuesday, yeah. Must be Tuesday, yeah. A Buffy podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our first episode, our pilot episode of Must Be Tuesday.
A Buffy podcast.
I'm Mike.
I'm Manny.
And we're here just to talk everything Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We want to start with a watch through while watching the pilot episode of episode 1. And every Tuesday, we'll release a new episode of our podcast. And we'll discuss each episode in order from season 1 to season 7, all 144 episodes.
Mm-hmm. And 145th if you count the unaired pilot episode.
Yes. If you don't know it, you can find it on YouTube. Just type in unaired pilot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So basically about us, we love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We've watched it probably more times than we can count. And it's just one of our favorite shows. And I started late, but you watched it as it was being aired,
As
right?
it was being aired. Yes, I fell in love with it instantly. I loved how dark and campy it was, and I instantly wanted to be Sarah Michelle Gellar. I wanted to be Buffy so bad. Although at the time I acted like I had a crush on her. Of course, but I just wanted to be her.
Yeah, I started probably after high school. I think I started the season it ended, and I just went to movie trading company as one does, and back in the day, and I rented the season by season. I rented it, would watch it all within 1 or 2 weeks, and then go and get the next one. And I was addicted, and I ended
Did
up.
I show you the first episode?
No, you showed me. The episode you first showed me was Hush.
Hush. That's the one I show everybody first. We'll get to that later.
That's season 4.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best episodes, and that got me addicted. That got me into it, addicted. So I was like, okay, I want to see the whole thing. I want to see how it got to this point.
Yeah.
So I ended up watching every single season within I think about a month or maybe a month and a half. And I was like, oh my God, I love it. So I got obsessed. I ended up buying a whole box season of all 7 seasons, or box set, I should say, of all 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Same.
And I still own it. And I probably watched through over and over and over again, I would say maybe 10 times of all 7 seasons.
Yeah.
And then if it's ever on TV, I just stop what I'm doing and I watch because
I know.
Yeah.
It's hard not to.
And so now we're doing another watch through, and we're going to start with episode 1. We're going to discuss it, and then next episode we'll do. So episode 1 is Welcome to Hellmouth. Next one's The Harvest, and so on and so forth. And we might discuss 2 episodes in one podcast. So.
Just, bear with this as we go with the flow. He's already in another podcast. This is my first podcast ever. I've never done this before, so just bear with me. I'm kind of nervous, but excited to talk about, one of my favorite things ever in the world, which is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You're in high school, right?
Yeah. Well,
or was it junior high?
No, it was junior high because it premiered in 97.
Okay.
So I must have been in like 7th or 8th grade. I don't remember. Something like that.
And you and your best friend at the time would watch it, right?
Me and my friend back in the day, we would watch Buffy, and there were times we would call each other on commercial breaks. And we'd be like, oh my God, did you see what just happened? Oh my God. And we'd go back and forth and just rehash everything that just happened. Also the style and what she was wearing and different things like that. And then we'd be like, okay, it's back. We got to go back. And then go.
Calling each other on landlines with the cord and say, okay, it's coming back on. Oh, that's amazing. I wish I would have watched. I remember seeing it come on TV, like just flipping through channels. I'm like, oh, and I would sit there and watch it. I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand. And of course, I didn't understand why I entered in the middle of a random episode in a random season. And I was like, okay, well. And then later, I can't believe I didn't watch it because it's so good. I just remember I was too young. I was like maybe in 6th grade or 7th grade when it first aired. And when it would start, I was like, well, this is scary. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
But yeah. And now I'm like, oh, I missed out. I could have I could have helped me grow differently as a person, which it has helped me grow and change my views of a lot of things. And I always quote Buffy, but like, just I would have liked to have it as like a kid,
Yeah.
and just grow up with it.
I know.
So,
Well, I had to kind of sneak away to watch it because we weren't allowed to watch certain things the way we were raised, really religiously. But I would kind of sneak away to my room and watch it. And I remember sometimes my parents would get upset, but I just would keep watching it when I could, and just fell in love with. There's so many aspects to me I loved. I loved how dark it was, but at the same time silly.
yeah.
It was light and silly at the same time. And I loved the way they spoke, made you kind of think. And I just loved the fashion, of course.
Yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, icon.
Iconic, yes. But we're going to get into episode 1, the pilot, the one that started it all out, that got you hooked to watch the whole entire season. We always say, because season 1 is the shortest season, I also say season 1 is the silliest season. But just because of it is silly. Just all the, it was very campy, very low budget, I felt like, on costumes and stuff. But what could you do at that time, and in the 90s? So you did what you could. But I mean, I still love it. I love everybody in it. I love episode 1. It has some of the funniest lines.
Yeah. You know what? We have to defend Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 1, because oftentimes you'll hear people talk about Buffy to other people and they're like, you got to skip season 1 or skip some of these episodes. And I get what they're saying. It's like maybe they're still finding their way, finding exactly what the show, how they're going to settle in. And so, although it's not as settled in as season 2 gets, then it gets really going. I feel like we really got to defend season 1 because you can't, start a book at the second chapter. You have to get to know these people.
Oh, absolutely.
And it sets the mood exactly for what the show's going to be. So
yeah, you have to build your world.
Mhm.
And so a lot of world building going on in season 1. It does take place after the movie, and I remember seeing the movie as a young kid, and it was fun, entertaining. It had some really funny parts in it, but it's always got a bad rap, the movie.
I watched it too, and I was like, "What is this?"
But the best part is when he's like,
"Oh my god!" Okay,
that's like the best part.
Yeah, is that where they got it from Peter Griffin?
Yeah,
Did they get that from?
I would believe so. And Peter Griffin did it. It's from Buffy. Had to be. Yeah, and so but it's like the pilot is. I just watched it. We just rewatched it. So yeah, it was really good, and I really love it. I like the funniest moments and stuff. So we're gonna get into that. So get your steak sharpened, get your holy water, and
get ready to be slayed.
Get ready to be slayed.
So, a few things that stood out for me. First of all, iconic intro. Iconic intro with Darla and the guy sneaking into the high school. It's a huge twist right away. You don't see it coming, and I love Darla. I love that they kept her around for more episodes as well. But it was a really good twist right in your face right away, and you're like, what is going on? It sets it up for quite a ride.
Yeah. So if you did watch episode 1, which you should have, coming into this podcast, when Darla, you think she's going to be the victim, or you think they're both going to be a victim, the two students, and but she's like, "Are we alone? Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Good," and just it's such a good twist. I was like, "Oh my god, you weren't expecting that." I love it,
and it's also the first time you see, because apparently Joss Whedon wanted a specific direction with Buffy the Vampire Slayer the movie, and he ended up backing out, I think, at some point because he didn't like the direction they were heading. Like, he wrote something dark, and then they went into a more silly approach. So going into the show, from what I've read, is just that he finally got to do it his way.
Okay.
And I love that.
But it's still silly.
It's still, well, yes, but it's dark.
Yeah.
And edgy. And I also liked that on the show, how they portrayed the vampires, how you look regular, but then they transform once they're actually going to be, I guess, a vampire and really go after you.
Oh, because in the movie, they were just vampires.
They were just vampires. I think I watched it a long time ago, but didn't they have pointy ears or
Oh, God. Well, we should play. Well, that's another podcast.
We should have watched that first, but it's hard to get. But in this one, I don't know. He's like, I wanted them to look demonic, And so that was really cool. The first time seeing all that, makeup. The makeup kind of does change throughout the series, but
yes,
I've noticed it's more I don't know, white at the beginning, but it's
still very much more I don't know, their eyebrows are higher, and their makeup does change. It gets more I don't know. It looks better. It looks good. It looks okay in episode 1, but it does get better.
Yes, it does.
And of course, the CGI gets a lot better as well. But what was I going to say? Okay, so in the episode, it starts out with Buffy's moved to Sunnydale because in the movie she burned down her school in LA, and then
because of all the vampires. Asbestos.
Asbestos. Yes, and then so she it starts out with her like dreaming, right? After they say into every generation, and whatever happened to that intro? Into every generation, a Slayer is born.
Yeah.
She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer. But it's like, I love it so much, but they took it out after season 1.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was season 2.
You think they should have kept it?
I really enjoyed it, but I guess it was too much. It was that, and then the intro of the music.
I think it worked for season 1.
Okay.
I think after that,
I love it though, because I memorized it. It's so good.
It is good, but I think it worked for its time, and then
Okay.
I'm glad they let it go.
Okay, fine. I'll let you
we can
have
do
that.
without it. Okay, but one thing about the intro is the bubbly
Oh yeah.
the bubbly font of Buffy.
Yes.
And then the Vampire Slayer's sharpish. But it's Buffy is just like, they said they wanted to look handwritten. And you know what? I don't remember ever caring about that when I was watching it at first. I just liked it. I thought it was cool.
Uh-huh.
But then when they switched it in like season 3 or 4 or something like that, I was like, oh, this is way better. And like they actually used like a stake in the B for Buffy. Like, yeah, this is way better. What were we doing before this?
Yeah, well, it was just like handwritten,
like by a kid.
I think the font was like papyrus, that little that Egyptian looking font. I was like, what is this font? Yeah, so she's tossing and turning in bed and having dreams about vampires and like kind of foreshadowing what's going to happen in Sunnydale in a way. But her first day at school, and she's having a good. I mean, she's nervous and she's just scared she's not going to make friends, and she was not expecting to be a vampire. She meets Giles, she meets Willow, she meets Xander, Cordelia. It's just the way they set it up. It just you enjoy everybody. Like Cordelia's nice to her. Like she doesn't have a book, and she's like, "Oh, here, just read with me."
No, the softer side of
Cordelia.
Yeah. Until she runs into Willow at the water fountain, and then she tells her, "It's nice that you've finally seen the softer side of Sears."
Yeah.
She said, "My mom bought it for me." And then Buffy's like, "Wow, I guess she's not nice."
And what were you saying? You said Cordelia was originally auditioning for Buffy.
Oh my God. So I love reading about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I love reading about the production and the casting. The casting stuff is so exciting to me. But yeah, apparently, so they first of all, they cast Sarah Michelle Gellar as Cordelia.
Oh.
No, yes.
Or they casted her, or she was auditioning for Cordelia?
I think she was auditioning for Cordelia. From what I read, they actually offered it to her. Well, actually, maybe I should start at the beginning. They first gave the part of Cordelia to the Kendra actress.
Oh, Kendra, the Vamp
Lawson, something. And she backed out of it because she had other contractual obligations, but she was going to be Cordelia. And then they offered the part to Sarah Michelle Gellar, and then Charisma Carpenter came in and was going to audition for Buffy, but she was late for her audition. So she read for Cordelia, and they loved her so much, they called Sarah Michelle Gellar and asked her to come back in and read for Buffy. So it's just like a whole bunch of movements, but it's like, isn't it so weird of what we would have had? I don't know.
Oh my God, I can't even picture Charisma as Buffy. I mean, I'm sure it would have been good, but I don't know. I think Sarah Michelle Gellar just does a great job at delivering. Well, so does Cordelia, though. They both do a great job at delivering their lines.
Yeah.
But Cordy, she plays bitch really well, and so I don't. She's just I couldn't picture it any other way.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't picture anyone else as Buffy. Sarah Michelle Gellar is amazing in that role, and you know what's great about her is like she can give bitch too. She can give it. Like there are a few episodes where she gets an attitude.
Oh,
like cops an attitude. But she can play that, and she can quickly switch and play a soft, loving character. But you see the bitch on Cruel Intentions.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God, the bitch. Can we say that on there?
Of course you can say bitch. Oh gosh, that's so good. So some standout moments of episode 1, the pilot. Welcome to the Hellmouth. Standout moments for me were, I love the one part where they discover the body in the locker room. The girls.
God,
and she's like, "Have you heard about the new girl? Yeah, Buffy. Ooh, what kind of name is that?" And then another girl walks by and says,
"Bye, Aphrodisia."
"Bye, Aphrodisia."
Yes.
Oh my, what kind of
That's
name
so
is
good.
Aphrodisia? And then I think the other girl's name is like Aura or something.
Aura?
I was like, what is
And
this?
Aura's telling her about all the stuff she heard about Buffy getting kicked out of her last school
Yes.
that she's apparently heard from her friend Blue.
Blue.
So it's like Aphrodisia, Aura, Blue. I love all these crazy names.
And
about Buffy the
Cordelia.
Vampires. Yeah, all the names are, well, almost all the names.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, Buffy,
Willow.
Xander, because Xander, you know,
But
Alex,
that's, yeah.
yeah, whatever. But Xander's cute with just Xander. Giles,
Yeah, Rupert especially, his first name.
Cordelia.
I love it.
And then you get other characters like Amy.
Joyce.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse.
Jesse. They ran out of, oh, Jesse.
But those are names are amazing. So yeah, that's a standout moment for me every time. Like the writing in this show is so good. Like to think about how they were like, well, like let's say Buffy's a weird name because it is a weird name, and then they're just like Aphrodisia. Like let's just make it even weirder.
It's so good.
What's a standout moment for you other than that one?
I don't know. What came to mind right away was just when she ran into Xander in the hallway
Okay.
and she spilled her belongings. And he's
Yeah.
like, he comes up to her and he's like, "Can I have you?" I mean, and then just kind of flirts with her a little bit. And then she runs off and she leaves her steak behind. How'd you not see your steak on the ground? Your big old steak?
When she first dropped her purse, you hear it too. That's the loudest part is the steak clunking around the floor. And then later Xander's like, you're either like you need this for like building a small tiny fence or something. She's like, oh, in LA everybody has these.
Yeah, pepper spray, so passe.
So passe.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of parts stick out. The introduction of Giles in the library when he pulls out, he's like, "I know why you're here, Miss Summers," and he pulls out the vampire book, and she's like,
Vampire.
"Oh yeah, vampire." And then she instantly backs away and runs out.
She's like, I am not looking
She did
for
not
that.
want to do this. No.
She wanted to have a normal life. And Giles is so confused because, like, as a Slayer, he's like, no, they train. They're like weapons, you know, and she wants to be a normal girl. So.
Oh, also, when they're in the library, the second time I think she comes back and because of the body, and they're having that discussion back and forth about, you're the Slayer.
Yeah.
And then they leave and Xander's been hiding in the library the whole time. And he's like, what? That part was so cool to me, you know.
Yeah. And then I love that because now he gets the intro and he doesn't know what they're talking about. He could just be like, are they acting or trying to, you know, are they auditioning for something in the school play? I don't know, practicing. But he doesn't have no idea what's happening. So later when he does mention, oh, because you're the Slayer and there's vampires in town, he's like joking.
Yeah.
But then he's like, wait, what? For real?
Right? Yeah. Also, you know, something I love about this show is, in comparison to the movie, is I love how the vampires turn to dust. Also, it's practical because they didn't want to have to clean up bodies every single episode.
Very practical.
But I'm like, they're going to turn to dust, but not just them, their clothes too.
Yeah.
We don't have time for all that. That's cool. That's a cool twist because in the movie,
I have no idea what happened.
They just die. They're just like, ow. I guess.
And then go, ee!
Yeah, exactly.
Ah!
Yeah.
I was going to say, also we get introduced to Angel. So everybody gets introduced pretty much. Every main character gets introduced in this episode. Her mom's sweet. She's like, and honey, try not to burn down the school. And, but like we get introduced to Angel, who is just in his prime. What is his name? Oh gosh.
David
Boreanaz. He is just in his prime. He looks, he's beautiful. And,
beautiful.
Yeah. And then talk about Buffy. But so I feel like in season 1, she does a lot of, they in the episode 1, I should say, they do a lot of things where, to show off Buffy's powers. So you understand like that she is strong, that she is powerful. Like when she tries to go find the body, she looks away and goes, and just breaks the door open. And then she's doing like this handstand on like a pole.
I love it.
And you're like, what is she doing? And then she does this gymnastics thing and kicks Angel in the back.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't bite.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so she's like, why are you following me? And then he gives her a cross necklace, which is interesting. But yeah, I did instant chemistry. But later she's like, you and your friend, blah, 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 to Giles.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I really didn't. Did I mention I really didn't like that guy?
I know, right? That means she really likes him already. He already got under her skin that fast. But probably just because he's so striking. Like, he's so striking. He's got this dark, tall, dark, handsome, broody thing going on. It was very sexy. I remember having a big crush on him when I was watching the series for the first time. And then he got a little on my nerves here and there. But, I thought he was so cute.
What about, you told me that he was just found walking on the street, right?
I did remember reading that at some point I think he was trying to make it maybe as an actor, but he was in LA, I believe. He was walking a dog or walking down the street, and there was a friend of the casting or of Joss Whedon that said, I know this perfect guy. And he's got the look, he's got this, and then they found him and brought him in, and he became Angel.
That's amazing.
I know.
Like, I can't act, but like, I would like to get a break like that sometime.
Go walk down the street.
I've been walking, I walk everywhere.
I don't walk, so.
In London, at least, so.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, I live in London, but that's a different story.
I live in Arlington, Texas.
And that's where we're filming this right now. Okay, so the pilot airs. It starts out Willow. So they're at the Bronze because everybody goes to the Bronze, and that's when Cordelia's like she's like, where's the Bronze? She's like, well, it's in the bad part of town.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where's
she's
that?
like, where's that? Well, about 1 block from the good part of town. We don't
There's
have
not
a lot of town here. And I love that. And then this sets it up like Sunnydale is so small, and so they're at the Bronze. Giles is at the Bronze as well, and he's like telling her Slayer things, this and that. Well, she tells Willow to seize the moment because tomorrow you might be dead.
And she's like, oh, that's nice.
and so he's like, you got to hone in, you got to find the vampires. And, she's like, there's one right there.
Yeah. Which, by the way, even before that, is it not weird that like they're at a club?
Yes. And then also Buffy's like tells her mom, she's like, where are you going? Joyce is like, where are you going? She's like, oh, to a club. Oh, okay. Will there be boys there? She's like, no, it's a nun club.
Right. But it's like, hey, it's the first day of school. You're 16 years old. Go to the club. Okay.
Okay, have fun, sweetie.
My mom would be like, what? Where are you going? And it's dark and you got to walk there?
That is crazy. But this is a bizarro world they live in, I guess. So.
Because that's another thing that we talked about before. Remember how they walk everywhere on this show.
They walk everywhere on this show.
And they get there so fast.
But yet whenever they're in a car, it takes forever.
It takes forever. They're always like, step on it.
Oh,
but yeah,
Lord.
walk everywhere at night, all these kids. I'm like, where are your parents? They're at a club. I'm like, okay. Make it make sense. That would have never worked for me, but whatever. It's fun. It's exciting.
But so after all this world building and all this little funniness and the wittiness of the show, like there has to be some type of drama. There's been a murder already, and then they see Willow get like walking off with this vampire, but then Buffy almost takes Cordelia, and that's one of my favorite moments too. She's like, she walks into the back of the Bronze, and she just grabs like a back of a chair and goes. Just breaks it off and makes a steak right away. And and then so then Cordelia, I guess Cordelia like coming up behind her to like say hey,
or she just leaving the restroom, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with her friends. Yeah.
And she doesn't let go of Cordelia for like a minute. She just holds her up like this.
And then when she leaves, she's like, excuse me, I have to call everybody I've ever met right now.
And she's the only one in all of Buffy that has a cell phone all the time.
And the only one that has a car.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. She's rich.
She is rich.
At this point.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so anyway, and then so Buffy goes off, and then and then there's the Master. We get introduced to the Master, the main villain of season 1. Other than all the vampires, the main villain of season 1 is the Master, and he is trapped underground in his little bubble and wants to be free. But he has these other minions, these vampire minions, who go do his bidding, and this is the main story of season 1. But what I love about all of Buffy is that every episode has its own challenges, its own bad guy in the episode, basically. But the overarching thing is there's one bad guy in the whole.
I love
season.
it because is there, and maybe there is, and I just don't know, but are another show like that? Well. Now there are.
There's tons.
But before, like...
I don't know.
I can't think of a show...
Was X-Files like that?
I don't know. I didn't really watch X-Files.
I can't remember.
I don't remember, but as far as I know, that's the first one that really did that kind of thing, and I love it.
And then Veronica Mars did it. Like there's always a problem to solve. There's one big mystery throughout the whole season, and then but every episode there was a problem to solve.
Yeah,
it's what I loved, and that's what I love about Buffy. There's a problem to solve. There's a bad guy to beat, and then is the big bad guy.
Mm-hmm. And I love how the master was like the only vampire that was like fully vampire the whole time.
Mhm.
And I guess it's because of how old he's supposed to be, and maybe that's why they didn't want to do, because he was just constantly in vampire
Yeah.
form.
Well, so was his main minion, the big guy in the fight.
You're right. I guess he's old too.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Or maybe he just
You're right.
maybe he believes in purity and doesn't want to,
Mm-hmm.
filter it out with human looks. I don't
Yeah.
know. What was his name? Luke or
I already forgot.
he was super religious, that one guy.
Mhm. Yeah.
And their fight, like, so when they go off. Oh, and by the way, like the one shot I saw when Willow was like, the ice cream shop's over here, and the vampire is like, I know a shortcut. And it pans out to the cemetery. That cemetery looks. Why is that cemetery so big in such a small town?
I know, right?
Well, I mean, granted,
because a lot of people die in this town.
Granted, they're on
There's not a lot of town, but there's a lot of death in this tiny town.
Granted, they're on a Hellmouth, so it makes sense. I guess there's a huge cemetery from all the deaths that happened, but that panned out like I was like, damn, that cemetery is huge, and they have a lot of mausoleums.
A lot.
I'm like, are they like they're not New Orleans? They're not suffering from like the water level or whatever.
What is the purpose of it, really?
Yeah, it is pretty though. That gothic look, and it's beautiful yet scary at the same time.
Beautiful and scary, yeah.
Yeah, and I do love something like, because Willow's very nerdy, very just unpopular, but I love how she stood up for herself. Like when she's like, "No, I don't want to go in there, thanks," and then she gets thrown in there. And by the way, Willow's fear face is so good.
Oh my god, we talk about that a lot.
Her cry, her fear face,
the best
like
cry.
her angry face. She does so many good facial expressions. But she gets thrown in there, and the way she's thrown in there, like and she's like, "What? No, I'm gonna go now."
Yeah.
But she. And then Darla comes in to like, she's like, "No, you're not going anywhere," or whatever. And she's like, "You gotta let me go." Like she like stands up for herself. I'm like, get it, girl. Like she's not fighting, but like she's not. She knows that she's not that much of a pushover. And I really like that.
That's another. Willow, Allison Hannigan as Willow is one of the best casting choices also
Ever.
And especially if you watch the unaired pilot. And nothing against that actor. For all I know, she's gone on to do other great things. But the girl that played Willow in the unaired pilot, you can watch it on YouTube, just didn't bring...
We'll put a link.
Just didn't bring Willow. Like, I think she played her too meek. Like she really went for the meek.
She played her like a really sweet, shy student.
But Allison Hannigan she brought shyness.
And
nerdy, but she brought so much joy and optimism at the same time.
Yeah,
she was really bubbly
and silly. Yeah, so bubbly.
Like even though you're like not popular and everyone's pushing you around, everyone's making fun of you, and you're the geek. Like, how are you still bubbly? And fun and optimistic. I can't picture anyone else playing Willow.
Never. I cannot. And speaking of, like, there's the reboot happening, which is what kind of sparked all this, because we're excited for the reboot of Buffy.
And nervous.
Because we don't want them to fuck it up.
Because it is sometimes. It's like, I'm excited, but nervous, because it's like, sometimes it's like, it was just such a great thing. And I feel like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that show happened in the time that it happened, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
For the late 90s, especially. It just was perfect in that time, and the quirkiness and all the style and all that, and so it's like it already was great and perfect.
Yeah.
Do we really have to add on? But
They're not redoing it. They're just adding to it, because it's like, because Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to reprise her role as Buffy, so it's just I'm excited and nervous, but then it can never take away what Buffy was.
No.
So we will always have our Buffy, and that can change. So all they can do is add to it, in my opinion. And if it fails, it fails. And
we will be watching.
Yeah. I am excited for it. I don't know what they're going to do. But back to Willow. Love her. Perfect casting. We'll put a link to the unaired pilot, and you'll see Willow is just... No, she doesn't even look nerdy. She doesn't look that Willow version doesn't look nerdy. Has curly hair. It just wasn't the vibe.
It just wasn't working.
Yeah, but also if we saw that episode without even knowing what Buffy was or never hearing
Then
it,
would we think the same thing?
what would we?
I don't know.
And I want to find somebody who's never seen Buffy and just have them watch that episode
First.
and get their opinion
Yeah.
and then rewatch. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's interesting. That would be an interesting take. Okay. Anyway, so Buffy has a big fight with the vampires. And then I want to say his name's Luke, the big vampire, and she's struggling against him.
Mhm.
And I love how this episode ends. It's like he's about to bite her, and it says "to be continued,"
Mhm.
and that's when the pilot just gets like you're hooked. You're like, okay, I got to see what
Yep.
happens. Got to see what happens. So. But
Mhm.
that's episode 1, the pilot. And other than that, their fashion, love their fashion.
I can't get over it. Like, so I preferred Buffy's fashion in the high school days. I just
Yeah.
do. There were interesting moments, in season 4 and on. There were some outfits that I was like, okay, that's kind of cute. This kind of works, whatever. But I love in season 1, it's very like, is retro the right word?
It can be, yeah.
Retro. They put her in a
Like
lot
go-go boots. Like go-go
boots.
style. They weren't really go-go boots, but they were. They're like big
Yeah.
boots, and I love
She wore a lot of skirts,
a lot.
a lot of spaghetti straps.
She never wore heels. She always wore boots, though,
Yeah.
right? And the whole time.
In season 1, maybe no heels.
And there was never a stiletto,
No.
I think. Unless it was prom. I think that's when there was stilettos.
Yeah.
Maybe. But
And they put her in a lot of dark colors, a lot of like animal print.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that.
However, okay, let's talk about when she changed to go to the Bronze. She's like, "Hi, I'm a big slut," and then she's like, "Hi, would you like a copy of the Watchtower?"
Yeah, I
Is
used
it-
to be so good at
Isn't that Jehovah Witness or something?
I
Watchtower, I
guess.
think so.
I actually was wondering what that was.
Yeah, I think it's Jehovah Witness, like
Okay.
knocking on your door on a Saturday. You're like, "Hi, would you like a copy of the
That makes
Watchtower?"
sense.
So, but like, also, why does she own that outfit?
I know, right? Where were you wearing that to? And she was supposedly like really popular at the last school before
like
she burned it
super
down.
popular.
Why do you have that?
Why do you have this? Okay, so my thing is, why did she choose what she wore to go to the Bronze?
Okay, this has been getting on my nerves too.
Good.
Are you going to an interview? Like, okay, out of all the things you could have worn, your outfit at school was cooler than your outfit going to the Bronze.
Yes.
She wore this blue button down.
Yeah.
I don't know, just looked professional. I don't know.
She looked
Why are
like
you
she
going to
was
a
going.
class?
She was like leaving the office.
Yes.
She had a
loved
blue
it.
button down with like some black pants,
Yeah.
and I was, because she was having such a struggle with. She should have went for slut,
Okay. Very that.
but she did dress for slaying.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
There is that.
There is that. You know what? That's right. I talked so much about how great her style was, but when I rewatched that did stick out to me. I was like, oh, you went with
Her
that?
hair's just up, like in a messy bun, and
Uh-huh.
I'm just so confused with that why they took that direction. I did see an interview of, or maybe it wasn't an interview, it was just like a kind of like a talk show, I guess, or whatever. But it was on YouTube, and this is a while back. But I remember they were interviewing the fashion team who was pick out the outfits, and they said Buffy the Vampire Slayer had the best outfits, the most trendiest things, because we would look to see what they were doing in Japan, what they were doing in London, what they were doing in all these places, and we would take from that and dress Sarah in a way that, and I always love it how they always say Sarah. They always refer to her as Sarah. I was like, oh, I always say Sarah Michelle Gellar, the whole thing.
I know, we have to say the whole thing.
But yeah, so they would dress Sarah in like the latest of this and that, and it was so fashion forward, except for her going to the Bronze
Except for going to the Bronze, yeah.
on episode 1. But after that, it was better.
The one person whose fashion like only got better was Willow, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because at the beginning she wears a lot of tights.
Mm-hmm.
She wears a lot of like dresses with like
I'm like, girl, you must be hot all the time.
all the time. And then as she gets into like college and stuff, I'm like, I love her style.
Yeah.
It's quirky, it's colorful,
And her hair.
it's witchy. Her hair, yeah, hers gets better.
Yeah, but Willow has the biggest growth, I would say,
I
out
agree.
of every character.
Mhm.
She evolves so much throughout the whole series. I love it.
I agree. She has the biggest character development.
Character development,
Mhm.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So what else? What were we going? Oh yeah, the theme song,
Oh my god,
iconic.
it is iconic. I don't know how they came up with that. Oh, so I was reading that Joss Whedon had hired like a band, and he didn't like what they made.
Mhm.
And I would love to listen to it, you
Yeah.
know, and find out what that sounds like. but I think it was Allison Hannigan that knew someone in the band, Nerf Herder?
Is Nerf, yeah,
Nerf Herder,
Nerf Herder.
I think.
Yes.
And connected them, and then they came up with this, and right away Joss Whedon was like, I love it.
Love it.
Yeah. But it does change a little bit. In like the first 2 seasons or whatever, by season 3 or is it 4, it changes a little bit. It's still the same overall theme song, but there are a few changes. Remember they get rid of the scream? Remember there's like a scream in there?
Oh,
They get rid of the scream.
I feel like there is. But one thing in the theme song, in the intro at least, the way they're showing all the characters, I always, right before it goes, you always see who died. Right? Like the words who died is like right in the beginning. It's
right.
I was like, who died? I always see who died.
Yeah.
I was like, and I love that. I don't know why, but it's one thing that stands out to me every time.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like free.
There's all these words, and then all of a sudden, who died?
Yeah.
But it's not there long at all, but that's the one thing that stands out.
And then I love how it's like, the different characters and the different actors that they put in the intro. We always complain that certain people never made it to the intro, you know? But those main characters always are, I think. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Nicholas Brendan, Allison Hannigan, David Boreanaz, and Anthony Stewart Head.
Yes.
And Giles, who I always thought was so handsome.
Yes. Oh my gosh. He is really, he was like 40, in his 40s when they first started filming this. And but he's amazing. I think it's his accent, but also he's so handsome. He's such a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Especially later when we get into it, Band Candy.
Oh my God.
And when he's like back, he's like in his leather and
when he plays it rough, I'm like, ooh, yeah,
Ripper.
Exactly. I'm like, he's kind of sexy. Yeah, he can get it.
Exactly. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Sorry, backtrack a little bit to the reboot of Buffy. I was going to say that. Oh, what was I going to say? What I don't want them to do is. We're two gay guys. We like to see representation, of course, and media and everything. But what I don't want them to do is be too woke, like they did with
Sex and the City, and just like that.
I do what they did in Sex and the City was too much, and I was.
We are big Sex and the City fans, and just like that, like you want to like it. I want to like it so much, and there are parts I do like,
of course,
but. The overwokeness.
Then
now
you
get a black friend, and you get a brown friend, and you get a gay friend,
and you get a trans friend.
Oh my God, it was just like overwhelming.
But they all got a brown friend.
Yeah,
at that. So,
oh my God, it's like.
So I don't want the new season of Buffy. And if you're watching, guys, and if you've casted it this way, you need to change it because nobody wants. You can have all colors of the rainbow. It's fine, but
it's a fine line because. You want,
but don't point it out that they're what they are.
Maybe
basically.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
it's like it's a fine line because should there be representation? Absolutely.
Yes.
Should there be? Yes. It shouldn't be just an all-white straight cast. No, I mean it's 2025.
Yes.
But it's a fine line. You got to do it carefully. It has to come from a genuine place.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it. You have to go about it in a smart, delicate manner, and you can't just like. Be so obvious about it, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a producer. I'm not anything like that. But I just know, and just like that was too much.
So there's a fine line. So I'm worried. I mean, the thing too with Buffy though, it was groundbreaking because they had like one of the first lesbian kisses ever on television, right?
God, yeah.
So who's to say they can't be woke too? You know, because they are. I mean, they started it in a way, and. Yeah, I'm just worried about. They will do it right. I hope some of the original writers come back. I didn't really research too much into it, but that would be nice.
Yeah,
I don't know
because I remember, in certain ways, Buffy the Vampire Slayer did face a little bit of critique. Maybe not then, more now, looking back on it, that there wasn't as many like Black people or brown people being represented.
Yeah, there wasn't.
There really wasn't. Oh my God, and there's also some lines that people look back on and they're like, oh, that's kind of cringe.
Ooh.
So there's one episode where I forgot which one it is. Cordelia's out front with Buffy, and it's the one with the eggs, the bad eggs.
Oh yeah.
And she's asking Cordelia, "Did anything weird happen with your egg?" Of course not. It's an egg. It's an inanimate object. It doesn't have feelings or whatever. Anyway, so then like this black girl walks by her, and I forget what her name is. She goes, "Hey, oh my God, is that your real hair?" Like that's all she said.
Oh my God, that is cringe. That is cringe.
Oh my God.
And that's season 1.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like not to give a pass because it's like it's not okay. But like, I mean, it was the norm in the 90s. Like everybody was white. That was on TV.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And I mean, other than like watching, I don't know, Family Matters or other shows like that, like, but those were just all black shows.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like there was segregation and everything was so like I didn't think anything of it. Even watching it back when I started watching it, 2004, 2005, I was like, I didn't think anything of it. But looking back, you're like, oh yeah, it's still an amazing show. And I know people we're brown. Hello. So like, we love it. And
love it.
I just still think it was the perfect casting too. So
right.
There's that.
Mm-hmm. Is any part of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, is any part of it like hard for you to watch or disappointing, knowing what we now know about the issues with Joss Whedon?
Yes. It's not hard for me to watch just because they're making money still, the actors and actresses. I'm like, so is he. But
it's disappointing.
It is disappointing. I'm happy it's not as, I mean, sounds bad, I guess, but I'm happy it's not like the other ones where it's like the Me Too movement and it's like, oh, you molested or you raped
yeah, I mean,
or you did. It would be horrible. And I would be like, oh my God, I feel bad. It's like the Harry Potter issue. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't support J.K. Rowling's thoughts or anything. And oh wait, that one who should not be mentioned. Sorry.
Right.
I don't support her viewpoints, her thoughts or anything. But Harry Potter is such an integral part of like just growing up for me. And I love it. And it's hard to separate the two in that regard. Yeah. So everything I buy that is Harry Potter is secondhand. Like if I'm going to if I bought a movie, I bought it from the thrift store. They're always at the thrift store. If I played a game, I bought it used. I'm not trying to give direct money to her at all.
Smart.
But that's how I see it. And with Joss Whedon, I mean, there wasn't ever like any lawsuit or anything, was there?
I don't know if there was or not.
I gotta look into that more. It's sad because Joss is an amazing writer. We can't deny that. Oh my God,
you can't deny he's so good and
he is so talented,
witty,
so witty. His movies are great. Like when he directed Avengers, I think his ones were the better ones. And then the Cabin in the Woods.
Love Cabin in the Woods.
But it's like y'all also, I mean,
y'all just stop being horrible.
Just be nice.
Just be nice. Just be kind. I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe it was just also of its time. I wonder if, makes you think, are people still being treated like that, or higher ups, or directors still treating people like that? Hopefully they learned the lesson that people are going to now stand up for themselves.
Yes. Thank goodness too, though.
But isn't it weird how some actors didn't have much to say about it?
Yeah. Some people were completely silent on the matter.
Like, so one of the most vocal was
Charisma Carpenter.
Actually, the first time I remember hearing anyone complain about Joss Whedon was one of the actors from, was it Justice League, complained about him, and then Charisma Carpenter, and then on Buffy, who else?
I don't remember.
She had the biggest beef.
Yeah, she had the biggest one. There was something else, and we'll have to look into that for another episode. But yeah, I don't remember. But there was issues with that, with her, mainly her. She was really affected. But I wonder if she was. But somebody else did come out and say, I agree, like you did, like he wasn't nice to you or us, but like, I think she got the most of it. And also because she went to Angel too. And I think something along the lines when she left Angel, like it was sudden, like it was, like it didn't work out. And we're going to do Angel as well eventually. But
so I've never really seen Angel.
Oh, that's going to be good for you then.
Yes. I remember watching like 2 episodes. Because they were crossover episodes, so Buffy was in them.
So you were like, I
should watch this, yeah. And that was it. It never really got my attention as much. I mean, I liked Angel in its time, his character on Buffy, but then I guess I just wasn't interested in him enough.
Yeah. I love Angel. It's one of my
But I know you love it.
It's one of my favorites too. It's I don't know, just because you want Buffy back like so badly, and we're getting it back, but like I wanted something else to go into. So I went into Angel and it's different. It's a different vibe. Cordelia is completely different
So that's
too. And
actually the main reason I want to watch it is because Cordelia.
yeah, and she's
Because
so
from
good
what
in
you
it.
said and from what I've heard about her character arc as
Mhm.
well, her growth,
Yeah.
her character development. I'm interested in that. So that's the most intriguing part to me, honestly, about watching Angel.
But it is good. It's a different vibe, but it's definitely like it gives you that feel again, like, oh, here we are back in this world. But it's very more adult oriented than Buffy
Okay.
was. Buffy was more, I mean, I guess Buffy started for high schoolers, and then we grew with it to
Mhm.
where they're adults towards the end. And so it's like so the show started for, I would say, kids, and then not kids, but like high schoolers, and then you grew with that show. So like the
Yeah.
show also grew up as you were watching. Whereas Angel, they're all basically adults
Yeah,
in the beginning of that.
that's true.
It is good. It's a little darker, I think, but still good. Still witty, still fun.
Hmm.
Oh, love it. So we just love Buffy
Love. It's my favorite show of all time.
of all time.
Can watch it over and over again.
And it's one of the shows, I mean, Buffy did change television, I feel like. At the WB, this show on the WB. And by the way, if you don't know why we're called Must Be Tuesday, a Buffy podcast,
Oh yeah.
is because in Buffy, well, it used to air on Tuesdays. I think it changed up a bit, but,
I think so, but it was
one
Tuesday.
time it was a Tuesday, and it used to air on Tuesdays. And then anytime there was trouble or something happened, there's a famous quote where Buffy is like, must be Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
because that's when trouble brews, only once a week.
We actually went through quite a few names, but there's already some other podcasts that
Yeah,
call that.
there is another podcast called Must Be Tuesday, but they talk about the show Lucifer, and I was like, oh, we can take that then. That's fine.
Whatever, it's fine.
Whatever.
Please don't sue us.
But yeah, so we're excited to get this podcast rolling. Every Tuesday, expect a new episode from us. We're just going to talk about the next episode in line. So next week will be The Harvest, and also just share whatever we liked about Buffy. And we follow Sarah Michelle Gellar on Instagram. We're liking her posts. We're really following this new the new production of Buffy. I'm going to start following a little bit more now.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be released when? Do you
I
know?
don't know.
I think it's 2027. I want to say maybe sooner.
That's a long ways away.
The pilot's already filmed, I think.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Maybe it's next year. We're so bad. I should have looked this up. But yeah, I'm super excited about just seeing it. I really am.
Me too.
What else did you
So-
want to talk about?
I don't know. So we'll do Buffy, and then we'll do Angel,
Mm-hmm.
and then what goes after Angel?
I mean, and then we'll just do whatever scary movies we like. This
Mhm.
is more of a chilling podcast,
Yeah.
Buffy and Chill-ing. So
There's 144 episodes.
it's
of Buffy,
144
so-
episodes. We have lots of time.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to do a couple episodes. Like this pilot, we could have probably did the first 2 episodes for
Oh,
this
yeah,
podcast
that's
because
true.
it's a to be continue. And was this the only episode in Buffy that was like to be continued? I think a lot of them just ended that episode.
You
They
know-
ended with closure.
So the one that comes to mind is the season 2 finale, Becoming, isn't it?
Okay.
Remember?
Becoming part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is a to be continued.
Ooh, I can't wait to rewatch that one because of her running in that blue coat. Oh my God.
Okay,
fierce.
that's another thing we could talk about right quick. Buffy's run.
Oh my God. Sarah Michelle Gellar had the best run on Buffy. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh my God, I know what you
Scream
did last
2.
summer.
But I Know What You Did Last Summer in that green dress running through the field.
Oh.
So good.
We definitely will do an episode on I Know What You Did Last
I know,
Summer.
yes.
That would be fun. Yeah, Buffy's run, Sarah Michelle Gellar's run is iconic,
Mhm.
to say the least.
Yes. And I love how she was considered a scream queen,
Yes.
because she did several, horror things back to back. Buffy in its own right.
Mhm.
And then I Know What You Did Last Summer,
Scream.
2.
I would even throw Cruel Intentions into that. It's not scary, but it's a thriller, right?
Well, yeah,
It's kind of like
but no.
it's it's just a mean girl one, right? But it's still bad. I don't know. I would throw okay, fine. We can't put that.
I'm going to say
but-
no. I'm going to veto that one.
But Cruel Intentions is like
But I love that movie.
so it's nice. What else did she do with Screaming?
With
Scary.
Screaming. What is that movie where she's in, is it Japan?
Oh, The Grudge.
The Grudge.
Yeah, The Grudge was good too. She has done a lot of scary
Yeah.
stuff. But I hate that like the shows that Sarah Michelle Gellar has been casted in
Have not
always
done
seem to
well.
fail. However, I remember Ringer.
I loved Ringer.
Oh, Ringer was so good.
Yeah, they could have kept going with that one.
I'm sad they canceled that.
Mhm.
What else did they have?
What else?
She was in that show of Robin Williams.
I never really watched that.
I didn't either.
I heard good things about it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's just I feel like, the shows that she was in or got in, but just didn't really last.
Most of them last like one season.
1 or 2, yeah.
She was most recently in the serial killer redo.
Which one's that?
What is it called?
Serial Killer Redo?
Yeah, that's not what it's called.
Wasn't she in something with Freddie Prinze Jr.? That's her husband. So right. So
Yeah.
what was the show she was in with that?
They met
Or movie?
on I Know What You Did Last Summer,
Oh, he was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's right.
and then they were together on the Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Scooby-Doo. That's a
Yeah.
Would you put that in the Scream Queen category?
Sure. What I love about Scooby-Doo also is they're like, and we're gonna let her fight because she had she was able to fight.
Yeah.
She knew like karate.
And
stuff,
honestly,
there
that's
was some-
Scooby-Doo castings.
Dexter is what I was talking about.
Dexter. Okay.
But it's been canceled already, I think.
Yeah. The thing with Scooby-Doo, that was the best casting too. If you
That was
look at the
perfect.
casting, they were all perfectly
Sarah,
casted.
Linda Cardellini, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, I love it.
And then why can't I think of his name? I love him.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sure.
love him. I love him. I can't think of his name. Anyway, I love that movie. I just love Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes.
She's so cute.
I always say, like in Buffy, I have favorite characters. And I always say I don't think Buffy is my favorite character,
She is mine.
but like rewatching it again and again and again and again, because I love Willow. Willow's one of my favorites characters, and
Yeah.
Anya. Later on, you'll meet Anya, but it's just I don't know. It's between Willow and Buffy, and then watching it again, just watching the pilot, I was like, oh, Buffy's so good in the pilot.
I
like
like Buffy.
she's such an amazing actress, and I really do love her. But yeah,
Buffy's my favorite. She goes through so much.
she really does,
She goes through so much.
and she holds it in.
She dies a couple times.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler,
She saves the world a lot.
a lot.
Isn't that what her yeah.
Yes, she saves the world a lot.
Yeah. She goes through so much, and then season is it 6 that's really depressing.
Yeah.
It deals with a lot of her depression and then sorry, spoiler alert. And then she gets kicked out of her own house.
I haven't got so I'm doing 2 rewatches right now. So me and my husband are watching Buffy right now. We're going to a Buffy musical sing-along event this in October. So by the time this airs, it still will be on its way because we'll put this up this month or next month. But yeah, so we're going to a musical event, a sing-along. Spoiler alert, there's a musical episode. It's so good. There's so much to look forward to. And yeah, so I'm doing a watch through with him right now, and now I'm doing a watch through with you. And so it's just I'm like, I'm all over the place, but I just love it so much that I don't get tired of it. I never get tired of this show.
Yeah.
It speaks a lot for how amazing the show is. And I think everybody I've introduced it to, same with you too, I bet, loves it, watches it through, and it's just part of my life now.
Yeah, my little sister Elizabeth joined in years later.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking years later. And then we were living together at one point, and I just put on the DVDs, and we watched all the way through, and she was just like in love with it as well. It makes you so proud.
Yes, it does.
Anytime someone falls in love with something that you're so passionate about.
Yes. And I'm always like, put your phone down. It's like, you've got to watch this. And here I am like this, glued to the television.
I know, right?
And then it's like, what are you doing?
When you're watching something like that for their first time, it's like the constant side eye. Are they really paying attention?
You better watch this, please.
It's so true.
Yeah. So I guess this pretty much wraps up our first episode, right?
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you for bearing with this. It might be a little rocky at first, but we'll try to get through it, and hopefully you stick with us.
Yeah, but we're gonna our future episodes will be done remotely because I live in London, and he's here in Texas. But we'll do it remotely, but it's still going to have the same vibes. We're going to talk about everything Buffy. The reboot news. We'll be going through each episode, discussing it, what we liked, what we didn't like, what witty comments, the funny moments, the serious moments, the parts that made us cry, the parts that made us laugh. It's gonna be a great podcast, and I really hope you stick around and join us every Tuesday. But you can follow us. We're gonna have a TikTok and an Instagram. I haven't made those yet, so look for Must Be Tuesday Buffy podcast, or you can email us any questions you have at Buffy Tuesdays. That's BUFFY Tuesdays with an S at gmail.com, and we'll be happy to answer your questions and maybe read some questions for our viewers on our podcast. So,
Yep.
yeah?
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, that's a wrap then.
Until next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Until next Tuesday, keep your stakes in line. If the apocalypse comes, beep us anytime. We're your Scooby Gang, we've got your back. Just don't invite Vamp for a midnight snack.